Dear students, today we are going to study about the use of comma. Comma is used in multiple cases and it makes our structures more meaningful and more striking. Here are a few cases of usage of comma that we are going to study one by one. First one is comma to separate three or more items in a series. Second one is before coordinating conjunction, which are called fanboys. And third one is to set off introductory phrases. And the fourth case is to set off non-essential elements. And fifth case is to separate two or more coordinating adjectives that describe the same noun. Coordinating adjectives are adjectives to which are of equal strength. That's why they are called coordinating adjectives. And sixth case is to separate aspects of geographical names, dates, races, and titles. Similarly, to separate the main discourse in a quotation, that is seventh use. And eighth use is to separate sharply contrasted elements, elements that are in contrast, that are in opposition, they are separated through comma. And the last and ninth use is to prevent possible confusion or misunderstanding. Here we go with the first one, comma to separate three or more items in a series. We have an example. He is taking psychology, political science, and gender studies for competitive exam. Here we have talked about three subjects: psychology, political science, and gender studies, but without using any comma. So that makes confusion. That doesn't give us sense of break or beginning of a new thing. Here we go. It says he is taking psychology, comma, political science, comma, and gender studies for competitive exam. Here we see that we have used comma, which makes it more meaningful, and the sentence looks elegant, and there is a slight pause because of this comma. And then another, we talk about series like this: psychology, political science, and gender studies. Second example is eggs, muffins, toast, and cereal were available for breakfast. Here is a series. Technically, there should be commas among this series, but we see it is missing. So we can supply it like this: eggs, comma, muffins, comma, toast, comma, and cereal were available for breakfast. Third example is their options were going to a movie, going to Astrowood, or going to the beach. Here we see that going to movie, going to Astrowood, or going to the beach. They are without commas. These phrases have not been separated. So their options were going to a movie, comma, going to Astrowood, comma, or going to the beach. These three phrases, going to a movie, going to Astrowood, or going to the beach, have been separated by using commas at right place. And then comma before coordinating conjunctions, which are called fanboys. F stands for, A for and, N for nor, B for but, O for or, Y for yet, and S for so. These are coordinating conjunctions. I didn't return her call last night, for it was too late when I got home. This sentence has two parts and they have not been separated, or they have not been uh, given a comma where it was necessary. You see, wherever is clause stops, we need to put a comma. So first clause is I didn't return her call last night. Here should be comma like this. I didn't return her call last night, comma, for it was too late when I got home. So for is a fanboy. So before fanboy we put a comma here. Another example is she forgot her homework and she wasn't prepared for the test. And is a fanboy, one of them. So here should be comma like this. She forgot her homework. So we place comma here and then rest of the statement. So here two clauses have been connected through and a comma. Whenever there are two clauses and there is a fanboy between them, we place a comma before that fanboy. That is rule of grammar. Another example, he wanted to be on time for work, but he forgot to set his alarm. So, but is again a coordinating conjunction, but without comma. So, we supply a comma here. So, it looks more good, more, and it is more accurate on and conveys better meaning. And this gives a sense of break of one class from the other class. Comma to set off introductory phrases. Usually there are statements that have introductory parts. When I study, I have to have a quiet place with good lighting. So main classes, main discourses, I have to have a quiet place. When I have to study, this is introductory phrase. It should be like this. When I study, comma, I have to have a quiet place with good lighting. So we put a comma here. This introductory part is separated through comma. If you get anxious, try imagining yourself in a peaceful setting. So if you get anxious, this is introductory part but without comma. So we supply a comma here. So it is separated from the rest of the part of statement. Another example, although she wanted to go, she would be in trouble if she got caught. So here are again two parts. One begins with although, the other one she would be in trouble. So there should be comma between she and go, because go is the last point of the first clause. Although she wanted to go, comma, she would be in trouble if she got caught. Comma to set off non-essential elements. Non-essential elements are the parts of a sentence without which a sentence is complete usually. Like the movie, comma, which was too long, had unrealistic characters and a poorly developed plot. So we say the movie, comma, which was too long, comma, had unrealistic characters and a poorly developed plot. So we put comma here and here also. Which was too long is non-essential part. Without this, even statement is complete. We can read it like that. The movie had unrealistic characters. So which was too long is you see non-essential part that we insert here. The car which had been through an accident required tremendous repair. So which had been through an accident, this is non-essential. In fact, it is car that required tremendous repair. The car, comma, which had been through an accident, comma, required tremendous repair. So this non-essential part is in fact explanatory part of the car or of the reason why it was being repaired. Without this, sentence is complete. It can be like that the car required tremendous repair. So you give the reason why it was so, which had been through an accident. So this is non-essential part put here within the statement. So before non-essential part and after it we put a comma. Comma to separate two or more coordinating adjectives. Here is the case, the curious, enthusiastic child. Child is a noun. Enthusiastic and curious, these both adjectives modify the child. So what we do, we put a comma between these two, like here. And the new student was a serious and dedicated. So serious and dedicated scholar. So we put a comma between serious and dedicated. Before fanboys, usually we put a comma. The old dilapidated building. Building is a noun. Old and dilapidated both are coordinate That can be the old building, that can be the dilapidated building. So the old dilapidated building, both are coordinate conjunctions modifying this building. So we need put comma here like this. The old, comma, dilapidated. Then commas to separate aspects of geographical names, dates, etc. Like she was born on July 7 in London, England. Here there are no commas. We can put commas here like this. She was born on July 7, comma, in London, comma, England. So before, after date, then after the name of city, before the name of a country. Another example, Susie Smith MD has an office at 101 Main Street, Chicago, Illinois. Here again commas are missing. Susie Smith, comma, we could put comma here because after abbreviation, when there is a dot, after dot we usually put a comma. Then Main Street, 101 Main Street, after street, comma, then Chicago, name of city, Illinois state. Another example, please deliver this to David Jones, PhD, 301 University Boulevard, Galveston, Texas. So this is the address given without commas, no commas separating them. It could be like this. We put comma after name, then his qualification PhD because it ends with the dot. So after dot a comma, then this is the address of university. After boulevard we put a comma, University Boulevard. University is adjective for boulevard, so they cannot be separated. So here we need a comma. Galveston, comma, Texas. Commas to separate main discourse in a quotation. Like it is a case of direct statement or quotations. Don't say gone long, she insisted, or I will be worried. So this is a quotation and this is the remaining part of the quotation. So we have placed she insisted in between. This is an insertion. Whenever we insert a pronoun or the one who speaks like this reporter, we put a comma here and comma here like this. After long comma, then insisted, after insisted, comma. By the time you get back, she explained, we will have left. So again, main discourse been broken. So there is insertion like this. So we put a comma here and comma here. After the first main discourse and before the second main discourse. Another example, my goodness, said my father, take off your dirty shoes before coming in the house. This is a break in the main discourse. So commas needed like this, comma here and comma here. Comma to prevent possible confusion or misunderstanding. Above the stars showed more brightly than ever. Now, technically, it seems strange. We cannot know what is above the stars. In this case, what we do, we put a comma here above. The stars showed more brightly than ever. Now, you can read it like this, above, the stars showed more brightly than ever. It means above us. This one gives a sense of above the stars. This means above us. With them, he never felt like he belonged. Now, here are two pronouns, them and he. They need to be separated by comma because we cannot put two pronouns together like this. With them, comma, he never felt like he belonged. Another example, to Anne Beth had been a true friend and a mentor Who had been? If we say to Anne Beth, it can be single person. Then who had been a true friend and mentor, we do not know. But by putting a comma, we make it clear. To Anne, comma, Beth had been a true friend and mentor. So this comma gives a complete sense, rather makes it meaningful. To Anne, for Anne, Beth. So Anne and Beth, they are different people. Here it seems that Anne Beth is a single person. Thank you very much